Breaking the law, breaking the law, brr, brr. Hey guys, I'm Dov, and Gorok welcomes you here to a highly illegal Stegadon build. So just having some fun the other day, Flying Taco and Felcon and the lads all hanging out. And Felcon and Flying Taco had this game, which was a lot of fun, so I decided to cast it to you all. And yeah, it is highly illegal because it, of course, has 3 Stegadons. Why, you may ask, is this illegal? Well, in tournament rules, you're allowed to bring 2 of the same monsters typically, so having 3 is, highly illegal. Not really, but let's see what the Feral Stegadon brings to the table. 76 charge bonus, which is actually very high for a monster. A lot of HP, not the best melee stats, but heavy weapon strength. Also got Lord Croak here, so this is 2 rare single entities too many for ladder as well, so a very illegal build here. We've got some skink cohort with javelins, a few ripperdactyls as well, up against Felcon's Empire. FRANZ going to be leading the way. Of course, we've got Hammer of Witches here, Jade Wizard, some infantry here, handgunners, plus state troops, of course. We've got some swordsmen, Sigmar's Sons, some Demigryph Knights with halberds, Empire Knights. Relatively well-balanced Empire build. This is pretty much, it's an Empire build. Even got some handgunners here, which you don't see terribly often. I'm not the biggest fan of these guys, but let's see what they can do here. These Ripperdactyls potentially going to be a huge threat, but one of the units already just getting pounded by the Great Cannon there, and that is a pretty good target. You would think, a lot of people would think, at least, I should be shooting these big monsters, when in fact, because you can almost one-shot these Rippers unit models, it's much more worthwhile to be shooting at them, because you can actually, take out some of their stopping power. Carl and the handgunners as well should be able to take down. 3 Stegadons is a lot, though. 3 Stegadons plus Gorok plus Croak is a lot to deal with, and here come the Feral Boys pushing up and around the flank, eating all of the gunfire. 3 units of handgunners there, and nice pizza delivery. Going to be a little bit misplaced there. It does a tiny bit of damage, but not much. That Stegadon immediately just gets enraged, gets hit with the cold-blooded though. You can see the Ripperdactyls swarming down onto the ground here, and they should be able to get some pretty good work against those handgunners. It looks like the Empire Knights are going to countercharge there. Demigryph Knights, the Royal Griffrites also countercharging here. FRANZ tries to intercept some of these Rippers in the air, but they are going to come down to the ground. And here comes another pizza delivery, going to be very well placed. All the buffs going down. Doesn't look like it actually did that much damage. There it goes. Does a ton of damage to those Royal Griffrites there. That's a nice high-value unit. Even with all the buffs there, they are suffering pretty badly. You can see the handgunners are all juiced up as well. The Empire Knights got a little bit of the attack buffs as well. But definitely going pretty south for the Empire. That being said, some of these Ripperdactyls have been just straight up shattered here, and a lot of resources being lost out there on some squishy units. The Stegadons are all pretty healthy, though. Another pizza delivery going to be nice and danger close here. We'll keep it in cinematics as heal gets popped, probably on Carl. Might have been on the Demigryph Knights. We'll check it out in just a second. I actually didn't see who that was on, but regardless, Carl's over here fighting this Stegadon. The other Stegadon's starting to take some damage, a little bit here and a little bit there. This one's actually been rounded off already, so some pretty good work being done there. Balance power slightly in Empire's favor, if anything, for the moment, but those Empire Knights getting terrified away now. The Jade Wizard getting tangled up with oh man. Yeah, old Gorok here, he's going to come in and start to chunk out on these handgunners and spears as well. Lord Croak coming through, just blasting these state troops point blank. The Stegadon as well. Not the best time. The Great Cannon still online here though, the Hammer of Witches. It does look like the Royal Griffrites came back from route. They should be able to continue fighting here. And yeah, balance power relatively even at this point. Stegadon is going to be able to sustain out on this fight. He's still got some HP and might be able to terrify away these state troops, but let's see. Yeah, those are gold chevron, veteran spearmen here with shields, so they have the leadership to hold out in that fight, certainly. Meanwhile, over in the forest here, you can see some nice isolation. The Ripperdactyls try and come down to chase off some of these routing units. They do get on top of those Empire Knights and just about take them out, but a nice standing ground on those Royal Griffrites there. FRANZ himself, of course, fighting tooth and nail. Just beak and claw, I guess you could say, and hammer in the forest here, taking out those Ripperdactyls and the Skinks that are supporting them. Meanwhile, the state troops kind of running pell-mell all over the place, trying to hold out. Those gold chevron spears finally routing out on the periphery there. But somehow this Hammer of Witches crew is still online here. They're going to get their cannon into position and potentially keep firing here. Nice shot. Does get a good hit on that Feral Stegadon there. And Gorok is still pretty healthy, the 2 Feral Stegs and Lord Croak. So plenty of work left to be done for Carl. The question is, can Carl do the heavy lifting? He does have the support of the Altdorfgrifites here. They're going to come in, get a nice charge on those Skink cohort, keep them from getting on the Hammer of Witches. How long can he protect this artillery piece? That's kind of the question here. We do still have some Sigmar Sons as well. And the illegal Stegadons rushing through. Just no regard whatsoever for the rules. Or, yeah, whatever that Empire Scream was appropriate. Unfortunately, the Great Cannon's finally getting compromised here. Probably going to get, yep, just straight up stomped on by the Stegadons. Just blown up with the horns. So not looking too good for the Empire. They do still have this Jade Wizard left. A handful of swordsmen here. The Sigmar Sons able to beat down those Skink cohort. More swordsmen over there coming back from route. And there are still some cavalry as well. The Royal Altdorfgrifites and the tattered Empire Knights. Of course, Carl still being very healthy is the main reason this balance of power is the way it is. But let's see how he does here. Carl going to drop down with his buffs active. He just gets triple teamed, though, by 3 angry Stegadons and caught in the middle. This is not where he wants to be necessarily. Shield of the Old Ones being popped as well. Croak comes in to get some blasts. And not looking too good. The Empire Cavalry is going to come in to try and support Carl here, but he is taking a pounding. And it looks like he did get an upgraded regrowth, though. All the stat buffs being popped as well. To go ahead and take a look, he is just completely juiced to the gills right now. So he is actually just going to stand and fight here with that healing. A pizza delivery comes in, does some pretty good damage to the Royal Altdorfgrifites, but they have enough to stand and fight here. Got some handgunners, it looks like, in the forest as well over there. Able to provide a little bit of overwatch fire. Franz is going to be able to get back up in the air, take advantage of that massive charge bonus, that 90 charge bonus that he has, drop down, guarantee hits against these Feral Stegadons, and this Stegadon's just about taken down. You can see it's getting very low in terms of its HP and leadership both. This Stegadon comes in with that 76 charge bonus and actually routs Karl Franz at this point, which is an absolute disaster. Granted, Carl still has some healing there. He has some cap space left. The Jade Wizard's still online, so he should be able to rally Carl here. These swordsmen can come out and kind of clean up some of these periphery units as well. He's got these handgunners still firing here, so all hope is not lost for the Empire, and you can see when Carl rallies, that brings the balance of power back pretty decisively. This Feral Stegadon is routed here. Can the Royal Altdorfgrifites chase it off the side of the map here? That would be a massive blow. So 2 illegal Stegadons down, 1 illegal Stegadon to go, and the Tattered Sigmar Sons, all 11 of them, going to be the subject of a pizza delivery. Oh man, KO'd. No? Is he fine? Oh, he's fine. No problem. He's all good. That did barely anything. Didn't even barely killed one of them, maybe. But yeah, the Altdorfgrifites come here. They're going to rout the Skink cohort as well. Now come for the last Stegadon. Gets surrounded by the Altdorfgrifites. Franz comes in, juices up with his attack and defense buffs once more. The Reichland Runefang not quite off of cooldown yet, but the stand your ground at the very least for the melee defense. Altdorfgrifites, sorry about the darkness, guys. It's a little bit hard to see what's going on in this very dark forest here, but all the fancy magic effects are just that much more stand out, right? And, yeah, Carl's fighting tooth and nail. This is a very, very pitched engagement. Basically all RNG at this point. If Carl takes too many hits from Gorok and from the Stegadon, it's all over. The Altdorfgrifites, same thing. In reverse as well, if the Lizardmen can't get the hits in, or if they take too many hits, then it's all over for them. Also, we have the clutch Spearmen with shields, 13 of them, state troops. We've got a few more state troops over here, the Sigmar Sons and the other swordsmen, so looks like Felcon's going to rally over here to those troops, kind of take out these tattered skink boys right here. Make sure he's fighting with support as much as possible. Very well played there. Did have to sacrifice those spearmen, but all 11 of them are going to go back and probably all become Empire captains, right? That's how it works. So we'll zoom in close and see these swordsmen and spearmen fighting with the skinks here. Here comes the Stegadon. Gorok also coming through. Lord Croak Will it be enough? Can the Emperor take it home? He comes in for a rear charge. Gorok's going to come in. Mace of Olmec ready. He doesn't actually have the item, I don't think, but Karl is an absolute champ. Not looking good for the Empire as a lot of their supporting troops get routed off here. The Royal Altergriffite's still fighting, though. They've got, what, 4 unit models left. Here come the State Troop Spearmen. Oh, yes. Swordsmen, rather. Bit hard to see in the dark, to be honest. Oh, man. It's such a close battle right now. Really could go either way. Karl comes for a pretty decisive charge here. Will it be enough? I do think that the Stegadon actually got routed by the Altergriffite there, and that could be the end as Karl now has free reign to more or less cycle charge with the supporting infantry here. Yeah, that is going to be allowed more or less, so the swordsmen getting their little hits, their little chip damage in here. Here come the skinks. Karl, though, has other ideas. Gorok gets that cold-blooded. He's going to be able to keep his leadership together. A heal, though, for Karl and for these 4 Sigmar Sons. The Altergriffites come in here as well. The 3 of them that are left, that Jade Wizard sitting out in the periphery, can probably charge in here now and try and get a rear charge on Croak, maybe. But Belkon just staying safe for the time being, not wanting to get any hits on his healer. Karl comes in with the Foe Seeker, and there goes... Wow, there goes Gorok. Yeah, he just got canned by Karl super fast, just in a couple of attack animations, and all of a sudden that's going to very heavily tip the balance of power in Empire's favor. And Karl takes home the win, so a very, very close battle. Croak, yeah, he's unbreakable, of course, so he'll fight to the very end, but not quite enough. Forces of the Empire prevail over Itza, and yeah, very fun build from Flying Taco. Honestly, the thing you would have to do to make this tournament legal would be to cut one of these Feral Stegadons. I want to say that in the banner rules that you can take 3 monsters and a Slan, so I want to say you could just cut this for like a Solar Engine, any of the Bastildon variants, to be honest. Solar Engine, if you're feeling memes, you could go with Ark of Sotek. You could go with the Revocation Crystal. That would make this build 100% legal, and actually it's a pretty solid build overall, to be honest. I mean, the Ripperdactyls are one thing that I question a little bit. They're a little bit squishy for what they give you. I think Pterodons are oftentimes just as good for the skirmish potential, and then you still have the anti-infantry / anti-large burst of drop rocks if you need it. But still, very fun stuff. As for Falcon, this is a beautiful Empire army, just nice and well balanced all across the board. Definitely much approved. No Pistoliers, which is a little bit, a little bit sad for me, but hey, he still brought some powder units, handgunners, and a cannon, so can't complain too much about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching that one. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.